We are in the building.
All right. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for my tardiness. What happened was we had a little meeting that we had to have at school about some situations. So that means the staff has to stay, and we got it. I had to get it all cleared up. But as soon as I could, I got up out of there so we can come and have my dinner time with my family. So we ain't got a whole lot of time. So this is gonna probably be more than just one part. So one of the greatest conspiracies that I think many of us are a part of is the conspiracy of the holidays. This is like we just so-called celebrated, and even if you call it Black Family Day or Family Day or whatever you call it, the the purpose now should be the remembrance of those persons who lost their lives in order to make this country become what it is. And now we have another season coming up, right? Another so-called holiday season, which people are going to go broke and they're going to buy tons of stuff for their children. And then the conspiratorial lie that we're going to tell our children is that Santa Claus or Krampus or whoever is the one who brought it and gave it to you because we want to keep them in a fantasy instead of telling them the truth. Most of the time, though, we never ever tell the truth because we want to continue this conspiratorial lie because that's part of the fabric of this particular of this country is a lie. It's all conspiratorial lies, right? So they want you to know that Thanksgiving was the time when the pilgrims came over and they had a dinner with and they had a feast and a dinner with the Native Americans and everything was all fine and happy and everybody was they all had food and everybody got along and they shook hands and hugged and they don't tell you the slaughter part. They don't tell you the killing part. They don't tell you that this whole idea of Saint Nick and coming down a chimney and all this other stuff is a fantasy because now Saint Nicholas did exist. Saint Nicholas was a clergyman in England who went to the orphanages and gave handmade gifts to children who may have lost their parents, may have been left by their parents because they were orphans or whatever. But when it comes to America, it turns into something else. A jolly old elf, and you got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and you got all of these stories that they told us and they showed us even in our youth that were fantasy lies. And we bought into them. And we sit there and we go, and now, like if you go to the store, some of the bigger stores start putting, you got Halloween, then you got Thanksgiving, Christmas stuff already. It's still hot. It used to be a time that there was a season. Now what you got is we're just running it all into one. And so therefore you just get all one particular period of time. And we bought into it, spending billions of dollars, even with the so-called boycott that we supposedly took against 3 companies. We spent our money other places. So it's supposed to be Amazon, Target, and Home Depot. Right?
Yeah.
That's
if I'm not mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken either. It's supposed to be those 3 companies. But how did they get $11 billion according to what we were told? That means somebody spent some money somewhere.
I mean, but who do the money go to?
Oh, the money go to the corporations who sit around there and continue to buy the politicians.
No, that's the point I was making. Because who doing the protesting?
Nobody. The people that are protesting are people that ain't got nothing.
Now, who was calling it? Wasn't that what
It wasn't Roland Martin this time. This was Jamal
Bryant,
Bryant, bro.
But
I can't.
But you know what they're gonna do? He gonna get paid off. They're gonna be like, to me, because didn't Roland do it, and then they throw some money to him or something, or some allegedly. I'm saying, I could be wrong. They said the so-called boycott and 14 billion was made yesterday alone on Cyber Monday.
That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. You made $14 billion on one day.
Yeah.
So then how are these people being influential? And I'm not saying that they may not be trying to go and do something to help the masses of people to have an understanding. But if you're not planning, so when they did the okay, that's okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, well, I'll call you back. All right, thank you. Sorry about that.
Ain't no problem.
So even at that, stop doing this short-term stuff because it's not going to cripple anybody. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're just not going to buy anything from November 25th to December 2nd. So what?
Yeah, but that's just like a payoff. I'm saying allegedly they might come to Jamal. Okay, we seen you can get like maybe 20,000 people worldwide involved with it. We'll give you about 200,000-300,000. I ain't gonna do nothing but drop some money off. That's just like we'll pay you and you're gonna quit doing it. Yeah, allegedly.
So these persons who try to step up in the limelight and try to become leaders of some sort, and they might have some sort of moral awakening, but there's no real plan behind it. Hey, we're just not gonna go to the liquor store for the next 3 days. Mm-hmm. Okay, we ain't gonna do it because Brother Elliott said so. But why? Oh man, but don't worry about why. We just not gonna do it. But that don't mean before them 3 days come that we not gonna go, and after them 3 days is over with, we not gonna go.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna stock up and get my things together before. If you're not talking about long term,
right, like a year.
If you're not talking about long term, you're not making an economic impact in 5 to 7 days. You're not. Because at that point, you have to have the whole country make a decision, right? So when we look at the Birmingham bus boycott, we had the whole city, the black part of Montgomery, who said we're not going, and we needed public transportation. We need this, but we're not going to do it. We're not going to take that. We're not going to use public transportation. We'll walk, we'll carpool, we'll do everything, but it's planned.
Yeah, and people was all on the same page.
Everybody was on the same page. So with everybody being on the same page and by it all being planned, and it was laid out by Miss Ella Baker. This is before she helped create the SCLC, SNCC and CORE. It was all laid out, all planned, all coordinated. And this is just off the cuff because this particular president is doing this, but black people have been denied being in certain positions the whole time we've been off the plantation. So if we're going to do something coordinated, and I know I'm gonna see my boy on here pretty soon because he's gonna say something.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris, he's gonna say something.
For sure.
If we're going to do something for real, it's not about at what point in time has Reverend Jamal Bryant done anything in his community?
I don't know. I don't want to say he must have done something for them to recognize him down in Atlanta, because remember, he was in Baltimore where he started at. then whatever happened to when what's his name that passed away because he took over his church.
Right.
Eddie
Bishop
Long.
Eddie Long. Right.
Bishop Eddie Long.
Okay, so he just came over and pastored over a church. Just went from one pool to another pool.
Yeah, he left from Baltimore. But I kind of do want to say Jamal Bryant was kind of on some activism things that was going on. I'm not going to say he wasn't doing this.
So then we have to do some research to see his level of activism and see if he was really doing anything to make Atlanta change.
Facts.
Because if not, then what's the... And I understand right now we're not ingratiated in making the level of change that we need to see the way that it happened back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Or even earlier in the 1800s, we were doing high levels of activism because we bought into the idea that we fit and we don't.
Facts.
We've been sold the idea that we fit. We're comfortable in our oppression. We've been sold the idea that we can be part of this American dream because they put a few people in front of us that say that they made it, and we claim that they made it, whether it be sports or entertainment or other ways, and those few crumbs have made us soft and comfortable. And that's what they're dangling in front of everybody. These few crumbs, this is it. And then a few people go, well, you know what? I'm going to go make changes. And stuff. That's fine, but it takes everybody.
No, you're right. Like I was saying earlier, with you being on council, I know you. I ain't gonna say I believe. I know you will work for the whole 7-4. See, you got to get people who got compassion. See, you come from an era where you seen your council person was in your let me see what we got to do.
Right.
What you need did. See, I think a lot of these are like stepping stones. They using this to step and you know what I'm saying, to get to different points in life. And I get it because a lot of people have ambitions, but we need more people like how you want to do. You actually help your ward and not just help yourself. Because like it still hurt me when I see a woman was down there was saying how it was raining in her house.
That should never be.
And then you hear how
other people
they voted against it, but you got your house.
And the whole point of the exercise would be, look, how can we get the resources necessary in order to make sure that not just my house, I don't got no issue. I'm gonna take care of my house, but every house in my ward, I want to know what you need. And if we got the funding, we're gonna go over here and make it happen. That's how you do it. We don't care, bro. We're gonna turn your house into a mini mansion as long as everybody else in the ward is straight.
Right.
Because the funds are there to do it.
Yeah, until you get it. Like I say, I know you will be because who gonna keep fighting for the water, but you know what it is, and I don't want to say this for everybody, man, but people seen what Mays went through.
Man, they gave Mays, but here's the deal. Here's the deal with Mays, and that's my brother, and I love him. But there was other stuff that he was doing personally that they used to attack him.
Yeah.
And that was the other part about that. And activists in activism, that's not saying that you're not gonna have life and you're not gonna do stuff. But you can't be the other person that's out there in public and then you got dirty laundry too. You got to be careful to make sure your laundry is clean as possible. That's not saying you didn't have a life before God flipped the switch. The God in you flipped the switch and say, okay, I need to do this other thing. But there's a certain point in time that you got to not be doing stuff, because what they're going to do is they're going to check your background.
Oh, they always do that.
They're going to check that's like as a teacher, they check my background. Okay, we got to run your fingerprints and see whether you've done it. Man, I've been doing this for 30 goddamn years.
Yeah. But it's just what it is.
Right, and it is what it is. And if you're not going to find anything, and if you do, it's because somebody came up with a lie.
But I think on the aspect on fires, like what I mean, what he went through, what's up, Onk, in the building? What I mean is on this aspect of it, like when you trying to fight and really won't change, they will come after you. Like I don't like
what you think you're going through.
Oh, hell, yeah, facts.
Okay, I mean, so then when you're sitting around here telling the news for real and all this other stuff, and you whining and complaining, man, what do I tell you? Shut the fuck up. We got work to do.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people don't want to go up under that scrutiny.
But
See, that's the difference. So you had people who would, but right now, brother, people see that like, man, my name gonna be out here. I might have did this shit. A lot of people
Fine.
scared.
I want my name to be out there.
That's what
I want my name.
yeah.
Come to me. Because when you come at me, you trust and believe I'm coming at you too. When you come at me, when you look at facts, okay, here's the answer to everything you can possibly ask me.
Yeah.
Now, what's your background? Because I'm gonna investigate you as well.
Yeah. But see, that's what they do. See, a lot of people scared who they was 10 years ago. I'm not ashamed who I was yesterday to today. See, that's what a lot of people be scared of what they did. Like my granny used to tell me, you don't think I was, and my mother used to say that, you don't think I was young. When you think you done slick stuff, I be laughing now when I see my kids be thinking like I'm slow. I just don't say nothing like, I done that.
Right. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
So what you do, but you ain't doing nothing new. That's like even kids at school. You just tell them, I said, man, the stuff that you doing now, we used to get powder for when you get caught.
Facts.
Used to get in trouble for when you get caught.
Facts, yeah.
You ain't doing nothing new. The issue is I'm an 8 student and you not. If you're a DE student, your joke's not funny. If you're an RA student, man, you're hilarious. You're the funniest dude in the room.
It said, I'm looking with Deborah Loon. Wow. It said county clerk rejected all 6 recalls against Grand Blanc Township Board.
She sent me something too about if you just want to start on this level, go ahead.
No, I just put that up.
I know, but she did. She sent me something a while ago.
Wow.
Well, if you just want to try something, you can try this. Oh,
wow.
Okay, Miss Deborah, I got you.
Wow. Nah, I like I said, like I say, we need people who actually want to go do right for the residents. That's my humble opinion.
Listen, my whole thing is this. I don't have an issue. Take care of the people you're supposed to, not part of the people, all of the people. And then if you slide a little $5 or $10 or $20 or $1,000 in your pocket, cool. Don't sit there and go like, well, I'm not going to take care of them, man, but my pocket's full. I got to walk out here with a trench coat because the trench coat got to cover up all the bulges underneath my belt.
Right.
Don't do that. That's the conspiracy right there. That you claim I'm running to help the people. I'm telling y'all, I can't get any more. And I know I'm going to cuss Mick out when this is over because he just said that. I can't. Who you see is who you get. That's it. Okay, I'm not what I cuss.
Facts.
And I'm not gonna stop.
Facts.
Because I'm passionate about stuff. Now, do I know how to conduct myself in public? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And is this public? Yes. But y'all grown. You ain't in front of no kids.
Facts.
Okay. And sometimes. I've heard, cuss words and that doesn't mean a sign of intelligence. That's bullshit. I have a very high IQ. That's like cussing. Right. Do I have to? No. Do I like it? Yes.
Sometimes it's just good to
it
tell
just feel good to say some words because it helps drive a point.
Right. when they know you shit. Look, I'm tired of your BS.
I'm tired of your bullshit. So guess what? When your parents, listen, when you get cussed out by your parents is one thing, but when they stop cussing you out, here come the storm. You already know. Summer's up. Yes. I'd rather you just keep cussing me out because guess what? I'm straight with that. Because I know, I still got a little leeway in play in there.
Facts.
When you talking serious or whatever. No. Okay, it's done. But like I said, Miss Hendricks mentioned Brother Mays. And it wasn't that he wasn't on point. It was people were arguing for their stuff instead of saying, how are we going to solve the problems that the city has? I don't care nothing about your stuff. How are we going to solve these problems? We have problems here. We talked to the residents were giving us the issue that they have. Do you think people would really care if you got your house fixed as I got mine fixed too?
Heck no. Because they'd be like, listen, they take care. They'd look at you as Robin Hood, and that's just a metaphor. They would look at council people. That's really how the residents should be looking at the council people, like Robin Hood, robbing from the rich, giving to the poor, as a metaphor.
Right. And the thing is if you have a pool of money there sitting there, that's what it's for.
I still go back to when May said each ward should have got $1 million where they could have helped their residents while the mayor was still helping the whole city. They could have had $1 million, not to take, but to go in.
Man, to go
if
in
we
and
needed this, we got money for roofing over here in our ward. Because every ward don't need the same thing.
No.
Some wards was gonna need a little more. I get that.
Yep.
You could have hired kids for the summer to cut these grasses at the land bank on property. You know, you could have did a lot of good things. That would have been called doing the work.
Doing the work. And then guess what? If you put $15,000, $20,000 in your pocket to put that in order, who cares?
Yeah, you took
Who's gonna care?
Yeah, you took 980,000.
Right. And
I
you
mean,
helped everybody in, right.
Like if I'm gonna cry over 20, but you spent 980,000 on.
Got my roof fixed, my grass cut, I got a fence put up, I did this, you did this for everybody in your ward. You ain't nobody in this city got 3,000 to 5,000 people that they got a service. And even at that, that's still, let me see, do the math real quick. You got $1 million, 5,000 people, that's $20,000 a person.
Right. And you could have, what you could have did
20,000, 2,000. No, yeah, $20,000 a person.
And you could have set up there, got roofs did. Everybody wasn't gonna need their roof did, but the ones the most, you know, the maybe like the C and the D's you needed to get done.
Right.
A and B's it could have been a lot of things could have been did. And that's why I'm telling you, saw the beauty of Mays with his mind, what he was saying.
Right.
See, a lot of people, that's just because what he was saying. See, it's easy to say, like how he was a distraction. How has council went since May's been gone?
No, but nothing's gotten accomplished.
Right.
That we can see.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if the level and lack of education, right?
Right.
So this is where the people have to start to not only wake up, but be informed.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that we need? And we can go and talk. We're gonna one person gonna talk to everybody about this is what we need in this ward, and that's what we need in this ward. And it's not that what people's personal grievances are unimportant. They are. How did we get on politics and we was talking about?
I don't know, but I got you. You ready for me to put it up to switch it over? We're gonna come back for that part 2, family.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that.
We're gonna hit that, but I gotta put this up for the brother because this is where I blame Double Luna. This is segregation. Let me get that right. Segregation. Let me tell you what it is. Segregation in Brown versus Board. Crash course, Black history. I just wanted to put that out there to the family so they can know where we're going with this. And give me a second. I'm gonna play this video, and then brother gonna come back. He's gonna break it down for us because he is a teacher.
And this is Crash Course Black American History. And today, we're going back to the courtroom. If you've been watching this series, it's probably starting to feel like a pretty familiar place because a lot of history has played out here. While many Black Americans were being kept from voting because of domestic terrorism and Jim Crow laws, the courtroom became a place where unfair practices could be challenged. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important cases in U.S. history, the Supreme Court case, Brown v. Board of Education. Let's start the show. Because Black people often didn't have representation in their state or congressional bodies, it's difficult. But the courts were one avenue through which Black Americans were able to fight for their citizenship rights and feel like they had a chance. When the Constitution was amended to include the Reconstruction Amendments, aka the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, Black Americans were formally made citizens of the United States. And citizenship is important because it affirms that you have access to rights and resources in your country. But many white Americans weren't okay with Black Americans becoming citizens. They benefited from Black.
There you go.
Okay, so now go listen to what he just said. It wasn't until the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment was written and ratified that African people in America were given the rights as citizens. Where at the beginning in the preamble of the Constitution, they consider you to be, it says it in you are 3/5. So therefore, and it's still right. We still we can be part of the country. No, we're not. No, we're not. And as much as we want to claim that the law made us free, we made ourselves free. Whether we up and ran away, whether we up and did this, whether we up and created towns that they destroyed, we did that. It wasn't the law, because they've never upheld the law, and they're not ever going to uphold the law. That's another conspiracy. We think that we're part of America. No, we're not. We built this country. You're forced to. Under duress, under death.
Facts.
And so we want to sit around here and think we're going to enjoy the fruits of the labor of something that we were forced to do, when in our actuality, these people that are still benefiting from the first dollar that was made off the back of an African person that was brought over here to work for perpetuity, and we still want to act like we part of something. We still want to act like we part of something because people get a pass. I was able to start a business, and I got these grants. And Marion Barry, the former late mayor Marion Barry of Washington, D.C., the reason why they got rid of him and was trying to destroy him was because he set aside monies for minority contractors to do work and make money in the Washington, D.C., Maryland, Baltimore area, whatever it is. The Washington, D.C., and Baltimore, Maryland.
DMV.
Baltimore. Yeah, that part. That's the word. That's what I'm looking for. Right? That's how he got to be. And even when he got kicked out and whatever for all of the stuff that they did, they reelected him because he reinstituted those policies. And then of course, he couldn't get away from his demons. So therefore, that's how stuff ended up being. But he was actually trying to work to make some things change and happen. And now the people's hands are so tied that what did he say? Now, the Constitution was written in 1778, 79, 80, somewhere around in there. It was ratified in 1787. Those three amendments don't come back until the mid 1830s. And then if one of the amendments, if you commit a crime that they consider a felony, then all your rights are revoked, because we're not studying law. We're not studying what the law says. Everybody should have a copy of the Constitution, not the new one, but the older one. The older one that was written in hand, in manuscript. And you'll see where it says indigenous savages and those we consider to be 3/5 subhuman. That has not changed. It's never going to get out of the mind of the rich white landowners. And those are the ones that call the shots now. And we're still not paying attention to that. Because we think we've overcome. Overcome what? Not a damn thing.
And I don't think nobody want to answer that question. Like I was just saying, I'm not trying to go back, but it's just what you just saying. Like when you seeing these billionaires make these rules, like Clack was on here earlier. I'm talking about the former president of the school board, Michael Clack. Clack came on, he said, when you look at the big beautiful bill took cuts from Medicaid and Medicaid and SNAP benefits. And I'm like, didn't nobody like, and it's crazy that people don't see nothing wrong with that. Like I say this what me and Trevor disagree, that we disagree that far as you on Medicaid. Far as on, you don't want a person to, I'm not gonna say he don't, but I'm just like, I see that as wrong, that if a person gotta choose, can he go to the doctor and afford this medicine or not? Like, right. To me, it should be universal health care.
So you have it in Canada, you have it in France,
right?
You have it in other places of the world, but you don't have it here, which is the richest country, supposedly richest country in the world, who stole all the stuff, all of the money that they stole in order to become rich. So everything that everybody else got, and they've gotten it off of somebody else's back. They got the resources from somewhere else and somebody else. And they become billionaires because they've been able to exploit it and exploit people and exploit the land. That's it. So part of the deal with Brother Trevor is, as a veteran, he's covered for the rest of his life.
Yeah, but that's what I see. That's what I was trying. That was the point I was trying to make when him was talking. I was like, dude, I can't. I mean, like, I can't see. Like, if a person, I just used it as a toothache. Like a person having to go. I remember when I broke my tooth, and I had to go get. I had to go get 3 root canals. Right, I paid out of pocket.
Right.
And the point I was making was like, what if, everybody don't have no money that could have paid out of pocket to go get theirs did. I was just fortunate enough to have it. Then I was able to get insurance. But my thing is it wrong for, like, should a person had to suffer? Man, that toothache, when I go get them root, listen, if I didn't get them done, I just feel like should nobody have to suffer like that, man. If you got a toothache, if you know what I'm saying, you should be able to go and you shouldn't be in debt.
But that's what this country's built on. This country's built on suffering. This country's built on taking advantage of other people. This country's built on not giving a damn. And we keep on pumping money into the economy, all of us, poor folks too.
Facts.
Because we want to be part of something that they're not going to they're not going to allow you to be part of.
Yes, yeah. And that's the only thing I would like that be like my disagreement with that. Like, it shouldn't have to be you got to see people. Now you gonna just have people just dropping dead. Like, it's just crazy. Like, some of the, like, I'm not saying that's in my opinion. If it was me, it would be universal health care. How will we pay for it? We'll find a way to pay for it. You find a way to pay for everything else.
Definitely over 40% of the gross national product, it goes to defense.
Facts.
And it's probably more than that.
It's more the defense budget eating up more than it probably our whole probably eating up everything.
Everything, right? So then if you got these people who are millionaires and billionaires and they're paying, they're using the law not to pay taxes, but yet they making more money.
Facts. And then what about the people that's paying taxes? We don't agree with everything the government. I didn't pay taxes. Like, they get to do with their tax money what they want to do.
And you got to pay taxes.
And it just inside Enville Psych Services, that inside expansion and reference. The veterans, isn't that what the VA is set up for?
But do they really take my nephew's a vet? They don't take care of them like they should. My father was a vet. Didn't get taken care of like he was supposed to.
Mine, but he still went to the regular doctor.
Right. You should have been able to go to the VA. My daughter, when she finishes her time, unless she decides to stay, in 4 years, she'll be a vet.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. You want to go send these people out to fight these wars, then you come back, you don't want to give them health benefits.
Right. Nothing. You just want to let whatever, figure it out.
And that's what, and that be my thing. Like, nah, that's not how that's going to go. And then when I be hearing people saying, "Oh, I don't want socialism," what do you think that is?
A socialist state.
That's a socialist program.
Oligarchy.
No, but I'm saying, but that's a socialist program. What do you think? What you think that is?
Yeah, this is a socialist state.
Yeah,
it's not a republic. It's not a democracy.
Nah.
This is a socialist state. Why? You got this one person up there talking about he's gonna be the dictator forever. Really?
But
so that means you're gonna break every rule that was set in place to bring parity and bring balance in order for you to be, and people are letting them do it because they're making money off of it.
Right, and that goes back to the we ain't too far about the Affordable Care Act, right?
Right.
The Republicans stripped that down from what it originally was. So when they try to say, "Oh, the subsidies was going up," no, look how y'all stripped it.
Right.
When Obama was, if they would have passed it how Mitt Romney had it, probably wouldn't have this problem. But see, the Republicans don't want to take credit for what they did. They just want to push it off, but then get mad. Well, you can't put that on Trump because, no, this is what y'all did.
Right.
Sometimes you got to eat that. And it's just, to me, I can't understand where the Republicans is like, do y'all see? I'll give you a better example. The farmers, how they feeling right now?
Man, those farmers that he ripped off and screwed over.
Yeah. How do he feel now?
Right.
And
they supported him.
Right.
They supported him. Now, here's the deal. If you're talking about, and if you support him on the idea of immigration, who was the person that was out there picking your crops? It wasn't your machines. They can't pick up tomatoes and cherry tomatoes and green beans without destroying them. Now, corn you can get away with. Corn's a little tougher.
Right.
But there's other stuff, soybeans a little tougher. But the other stuff that's a little bit more delicate,
yeah,
you have people that you hired or barely picking stuff. But this is the person you supported. And then when he said, okay, the tariffs now, and for 47 days they shut down the government, and then now you complaining about you getting ready to lose your farm, but yet J.D. Vance is buying farmland. But and we keep on thinking that's fine.
Yeah.
But yet we won't do any real revolutionary thing, though.
Well, you know what they think is fine? They think it's fine. What's up, Kevin Tay? They think it's fine that everybody in Congress, if they do their tenure, they can retire with health benefits. But ain't nothing wrong with that.
Not only that, health benefits for them and their children.
Yeah, but they convince you that you don't want your regular, your regular, you know what I'm saying, your fellow man or woman to have the same thing that you voted for a person to go in there.
So that's the reason why you have people that's trying to get in these higher places, because they're gonna be taken care of for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
Me neither.
But take care of the people that you sitting on.
That's the point that I was trying to make, and it seemed like I can't see that how that you can justify letting your people starve. That just be that'd be my thing. Like,
because people don't care nothing about people.
Right. And then when you say you don't care, so it's all right if you walking over bodies. It's just I'm just saying people just dropping down. So you all right with that.
Yeah.
What about the people that's been poisoned in Flint and all the complications? So they shouldn't get, I'm just saying, it's just like the thing is like, but I don't know how a mind can be like, I'm cool with that.
Well, once you become desensitized to any and everything, then you're okay with it.
Yeah, no, it is. Like I said, even with, we are desensitized, even with this BS. And we're going to have to get back on this with this Board of Education, because I got this. But you going to be free tomorrow, or what's your other day?
Wednesday?
Yeah, we got council tomorrow.
Yeah, you got council on Thursday. The only other day I can come in is Friday.
We Friday. What time you want to come in Friday?
About 5,
or you want to do it, or do you want to do it Saturday?
We could do it Saturday after we go to that meeting, right? There's a meeting.
Show go to. Yeah, facts.
The Flint neighborhood meeting.
We can come back and report on that.
We can do it right at 12. Yep, but we could do it at 12.
We can leave there.
Come over here.
We just meet up here.
And then we're going to continue this conspiracy, because y'all got to get out of this dumbass holiday bullshit. Yeah, or if you enjoy it, understand why. But then we can't complain. I'm broke now. I done spent $12 billion trillion on kids. Dude, you know what they're going to do? Play with the boxes.
Right.
Kids ain't going to play.
And
they play with them toys. They're going to play with the damn boxes.
And know what you got to do again? Next year, do it all over again.
Same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah,
Now, and next year, guess what? It costs more because they want more stuff.
Facts.
This year it might have been a pair of shoes. Next year it's gonna be an iPhone, and then the next year after that's gonna be a new iPhone and a tablet. And guess what? What are you doing to make sure that they can afford that? But what you're getting ready to do is make AT&T and the salesperson and Apple and all of them other people way richer than your ass is.
Facts. Because I do want your opinion too, because like this was another one that before we get off that, did you hear about Pete Hegseth, what they was trying to say for war crimes?
Yeah.
And I had to disagree with my good brother Trevor on this one. What he did, that was war crimes.
Yeah.
I listened to other retired generals from different what's and you can't just go knock people off and then feel like it, that's what it is. You can't go do that. It's
a war crime.
Yeah.
But see, the crime, it's only a war crime if it's somebody that offends you and opposes you as compared to somebody that you support.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a war crime to drop a bomb on Japan or 2 bombs on Japan.
Oh, most definitely, Deborah Luna.
Because it was somebody that opposed us.
Right.
But it was a war crime for their things that take place, and they had the Nuremberg trials.
Right.
Those were war crimes because they opposed us.
Right.
But yet you took scientists out in order to create NASA, in order to find medical. Jonas Salk was one of the doctors over there. To look up his history.
Facts.
And he found a cure for polio. But who did he use? A black woman, Henrietta Lacks.
Facts.
And her cells.
Facts.
But NASA doesn't exist unless you pull some German scientists out of there.
From over in Germany.
From Germany.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So that with them in Russia, what's the Good Shepherd? Just go watch the Good Shepherd, family.
Go watch the Good
Go
Shepherd.
watch the Good Shepherd. Like I said, you might not. It's gonna give you. It's gonna give
maybe
you.
You're upset.
Yeah, go watch the Good Shepherd because we act like we don't see what's really going on. That's what
And this is what people hope.
That's what.
As long as you're not seeing, I ain't mean to cut you
No,
off.
no, you're right.
You're my brother. I love you.
No, you're right.
As long as the people that are in front of you don't see, or show that you don't see what's going on and you never challenge it, they keep pulling the wool over your eyes and doing whatever. They stabbing you in the back and only pulling it until you just got back pain.
And you right. No, you telling the truth. That's why, brother, we got to do this 2 more times.
2 more. We're going to run this until the first of the year.
Yeah, we running it back, especially when y'all get off on break this month. You got to come on in one of these mornings, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
we
sir.
got to come on and give it to the people in the morning.
Yeah, man. We're going to come on Christmas morning.
Because I don't have no problem. It's for sure that I had no problem coming on because I like these type of conversations because I don't think people really seeing what's going on. Like I say, Trevor, my guy. But them just that's just what we differ at. And I get it. He's a military man. Yeah. And I be coming from, like he be saying, you got to take your feelings out of it. But I'm like, you cannot. I remember when Trump said he was coming in, he was going to stop all these wars, right? Seeming like he ain't doing nothing but starting more wars.
Well, why would he stop a war if it made money for his group or the people behind him?
And that's was the point. All the gas, all the oil we going for, gas in the United States shouldn't be number 75 cents a gallon.
Man, because you're trying to steal other people's oil,
and
other people's gas. But yet the United States sits on a 200-year store of gas that will take care of every man, woman, and child for 5 or 6 generations that we're sitting on. So why do you need more?
Right. And why is you know what I'm saying?
Why are you attacking other countries for greed?
Definitely.
I'm sorry. There was a line in the original Wall Street by Martin Gecko. Said, and on this note, we're gonna end it.
Facts.
Said greed is good. All right, family. We love y'all.
Peace.